for Clutch Player of the Year, which is a stupid award.
I kind of like it. It's just a new one.
I feel like an award for Defensive Player of the Year and Clutch Player of the Year being in like the same thing is weird to me.
You mean the same thing?
I feel like they're just like the same level. Obviously, MVP's up here, and then you've got like the other awards.
So wouldn't you already feel that way about like Sixth Man of the Year?
Six man's like a valuable like role.
Yeah, but it's not Defensive Player of the Year. And Clutch is more important than Sixth Man of the Year.
I do not think so.
What? Somebody who's controlling
Not every game has clutch moments.
But it's extremely valuable to have the guy who is the best in the clutch in the league. How is that
But
not
I
a
also
valuable
feel
thing to
like
have?
the guy that is the best in the clutch in the league is like a very subjective thing. It'd be Jokic every time
who
because
performs the best? And all of these things are subjective. It's not any more so than like all these other awards. So it's
I
not
just don't
all-
get how it's way more important than Sixth Man of the Year.
because it's the person who's winning his team games in the clutch, like in the most important moments of a game.
Yeah.
So why is that not more valuable than the sixth best player on your team, or the guy who comes off the bench on your team?
In my brain, it's more like the guy that runs the second unit and keeps things moving through the game.
And so that's more important than having a guy who
A similar
in close
realm.
games.
Not more, but in
There's
a
no
similar
way.
realm.
Are you smoking something? I feel like this is the most insane thing I've ever heard you say.
That's not even close to true, but I think it's just more that it's like this more abstract concept than you're the best guy that comes off the bench. Here's a high five.
There is a hard line though for what is clutch time, and that is in the final 5 minutes and within
Well, that's
5
what it's
points.
like labeled as.
Yeah, that's like a objective line.
Okay, so
That's what
let's say there's a
dictates it.
weird, crazy world where the Nuggets are so crazy, they're in 0 of those games. Somehow.
Okay, yeah,
Should he just be disqualified from this thing then?
probably.
Because his team was just better enough.
Yeah, so you see how that's like way less of an issue than disqualifying every single starter?
I just think they're on the same level in terms of awards. Because I get that having a clutch person is important, because I've watched a lot of basketball teams that didn't have that guy.
Yeah, the Celtics were one of the worst teams a few years ago in crunch time games. They lost every close game they were in, basically.
Because it's before Jason Tatum walked onto a court and was like, I'm better than everyone else here.
And so
Kevin
you
Durant.
think that what Malcolm Brogdon did for you last year is more important to your team than what Jason Tatum developed into, getting that aspect of his game? Like, how is that even comparable?
I guess that makes sense. I just didn't have a concrete thing to connect it to.
Yeah.